Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to WCAL Baseball here on AMHS Live. I'm Jack Smith, coming to you live today from Bill Baroni Field at Archbishop Mitty High School. Today's matchup pits the Mitty Monarchs against the Bellarmine Bells in the first game of a three-game regular season finale series. With the new proposed WCAL playoff format, each WCAL team will make the playoffs, so this series is a very important one, as it is the last chance for either of these teams to improve their seeding and tune up before the real important matchups begin. Right now, Mitty has the second best record in the WCAL, sitting at 11-4 in league play. But because of the pods that were created to limit the potential of a COVID-19 spread, Mitty is in a different pod than Sarah, the owner of the best record, making Mitty the #1 seed in their pod, which includes St. Francis, Valley Christian, and their opponent today, the Bellarmine Bells. How did the Monarchs get to this point, you may ask? That's a good question, and the answer is pretty simple. Tremendous pitching and tremendous hitting. They rank third in the WCAL in runs scored and second in the WCAL in runs allowed, and have seemingly put everything together at the right time since losing their first two league games to Valley Christian. The Monarchs have gotten strong contribution from up and down the lineup and the pitching staff all year, but they have been specifically led by senior outfielders Matt Hallbach and Dom Jouffre, breakout starting pitcher Tristan Fox, and today's starter Anthony Sanguinetti. The Bellarmine Bells come into this game in a far worse position than the Monarchs record-wise, but the wins and the losses do not tell the whole story of their season. The Bells have competed in most of their losses so far, including many late into games with unfortunate conclusions. So they believe they are a much better team than their record suggests. They have struggled offensively this year, but their ever-changing lineup has a couple of strong mainstays in Austin Turkington and Nathan Morris. Also, while their pitching has let them down many times this season, they will have arguably their best arm on the mound today in Dom Rolla, who will be looking to continue the win streak Bellarmine started with their first win of the WCAL season 2 days ago against Valley Christian. Mitty has won all 3 of the games that these teams have played against each other this year, with a combined total score of 19-2. So today's matchup seems like a clear David versus Goliath story, but just like any baseball game and any rivalry game, anything can truly happen. Mitty wants to solidly remain atop their pod in the WCAL, and Bellarmine wants to build on their recent success to prove that they are better than a one-win team. Who will actually prevail? We will find out soon. Strap in and stay tuned. We will be back with the first pitch next here on AMHS Live. as Chase Knight steps up to the plate. It seems like a good time to introduce today's starting pitcher, Anthony Sanguinetti, a senior 3-year veteran of this Monarchs varsity baseball team. You see a lot of pitches out of him. He's very good at commanding the zone, and he's had a complete game shutout against the Bells already this year. His first pitch is an outside fastball for a strike. Like I mentioned, Sanguinetti is all about control. He doesn't throw the hardest of anyone on the team, doesn't have the most break, but he can control the zone better than almost any pitcher in the WCAL. Misses slightly outside with the second pitch. Chase Knight's only a sophomore for the Bellarmine Bells, hitting .207 this year, and he hits one on the ground. Harry Rodhouse has got it, and he gets it onto first for the first out of the game. So, Anthony Sanguinetti starting the Bells off with fastball, fastball, fastball. Doesn't want to show him his off speed quite yet. And up to the plate steps Jack Skadina. Skadina pops it up. Out of play. They all yell heads. We've got to remember we're still on a high school campus here. There's people walking around, but everyone seems to be safe. Sanguinetti kicks and deals. Strike 2. Another fastball on the outside corner. He's painted with a couple of them so far. Looks to continue that success. Skadina in the 2-strike hole. He's able to hold up on an outside slider. It's a good 2-strike pitch. Monarchs, Marcus de Guzman thought that Skadina went around. Umpire ruled no, he did not, so we got a 1-2 count. Sanguinetti gets his pitch. And the slider strikes him out, swinging. 2 quick outs for Anthony Sanguinetti so far. And arguably the Bells' best player on the roster steps up to the plate, Austin Turkington. Number 7, only a junior. He's hitting .269 average with 8 RBIs so far this year. He hits the first pitch off of his foot. Like I mentioned in the pregame, the Bells have not had a lot of success offensively, but a lot of it has come off the bat of Austin Turkington, and it's good for them. They've got another year of him next year because he's only a junior. Staple of Sanguinetti's game, he works quickly. He's already back on the mound as Turkington steps in the box. He's got his pitch, the windup. He rolls, turning it over. Jaron Advincula rushing in on the run, and he's out. Low throw by Jaron Advincula, but Zach York scoops it out. After the Bells went 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first inning, the Monarchs come up to hit now. Jaron Advincula, number 1, leading off for the Monarchs. Another good time to tell you about the Bellarmine starting pitcher today, Dom Rolla. 30 innings pitched on the year with a 3.73 ERA, 28 hits, 27 walks, and 26 strikeouts. Very balanced For the Monarchs, Jaron Advincula leading off. Shows bunt, and he takes a called strike on the outside corner. Advincula hitting .443 this year. Leading the Monarchs in hits as only a sophomore, brother of Jonah Advincula and son of pitching coach Jeremy Advincula. Second pitch to him. Fouls off the net. So 2 pitches, 2 strikes for Dom Rolla, looking to challenge the Monarchs with fastballs, just like Sanguinetti did in the top of the first inning for the Monarchs. Dom Jouffre is on deck, arguably the best hitter for the Monarchs this year. Rolla winds and deals the outside curveball. He's able to hold back. So we got a 1-2 count. I'll tell you, that's a hard pitch to lay off in a 2-strike count. Perfect 2-strike pitch from Dom Rolla. He's looking to control the strike zone so far, and he's done just that his first 3 pitches. That one misses slightly outside, a little bit low. E.J. Payne doing the catching for the Bells this year. Advincula steps in, 2-2, and the pitch. It's a high fastball, fouled off the screen by Advincula. We're in the bottom of the first inning, the first game of this finale 3-game series of league play. Like I said, every team goes to the playoffs. As a curveball misses high and outside. With each team making the playoffs, even though Bell's sitting at 1-14 in league play, they will make the WCL playoffs. So these games are still important for them, tuning up, getting ready for the playoffs, which is a second chance for them. And Advincula draws the walk. Pitch was in the dirt. It didn't really have to think about it. And that brings Dom Jouffre up to the plate. Jouffre, a senior, heading to Cabrillo College, is hitting .429 with 27 hits, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 17 RBIs, but only 3 walks. Advincula is a threat to steal. Pitch is in the dirt. Nice blocked by E.J. Payne to keep Advincula at first base. Jouffre with 2 home runs is second on the team to their 4-hitter, Matt Hallbach. You know, 1-up count, he's in the driver's seat. The pitch is low. Dom on Dom matchup. And after the first 2 good pitches from Rolla, he's not been able to get the ball in the strike zone. 6 straight balls. You got to imagine a take coming here for Dom Jouffre, but 2-0 count. He's still in the driver's seat. He takes a strike. Fastball down the middle. Challenge fastball from Rolla. Needed to get one in the zone, and he does. So we got a 2-1 count. I mentioned Jaron Advincula is always a threat to steal bases for the Monarchs as a sophomore, arguably the fastest player on the team, and the pick over not in time to get Jaron Advincula. He's back standing. The Monarchs only have 17 stolen bases on the year, but they've come at opportune times, so they're not always a threat to steal. And Jouffre unloads on one, but it just misses the bat. A good pitch from Dom Rolla, making it a 2-2 count. Jouffre and Advincula look over to Coach Yaki, carry their signs. Last time in a 2-strike count, Rolla went to the curveball. Challenges with a fastball. Jouffre's late, but he knocks it off the screen. It's a hard pitch to fight off. If you're thinking you might get a curveball and throw an inside fastball, it's always a hard pitch to get your bat on, but Jouffre able to level it out. Foul off the net. 2-2 count. The Monarchs have Zach York, the junior, on deck. First baseman and 3-hitter. Rolla winds and deals. The pitch is low, gets by Payne. Advincula's got second base, making a turn for third. Like I mentioned, this is almost a David and Goliath matchup. And if the Bells want to have a chance, they ought to limit the amount of free 90s that they give the Monarchs. Free 90s, walks, errors, pass balls, wild pitches. There's one already on the day. Which puts Jaron Advincula in scoring position with Dom Jouffre at bat. And he strikes out swinging. A great pitch from Dom Rolla. Fastball down in the zone. Jouffre just can't cover the lower part of the plate. And that brings up Zach York, number 34, brother of Joe and Nick York. He's trying to make a name for himself. He takes an outside fastball, Called strike one. Wants to ask the umpire, that's as far as he will go. Trying to gauge the strike zone. He'll go report back to his teammates at the end of the inning. But for now, it's an 0-1 count. Roll of pitches. Curveball is just outside and low. Zach York, one of the biggest power threats on this team and in the WCAL. Like I mentioned, his brother Nick York went in the first round of last year's MLB draft, and his other brother Joe York playing at Cal Poly this year. Zach's just a junior. Takes what look like a slider or curveball on the outside. 3 pitches, no swings. It's a 1-2 count. Zach York looking to just feel it out. Rolo looks. Fakes the pickoff move. Vincula gets back safely. Rolla kicks and deals. Pitches down low, but a good block by E.J. Payne. Keeping the Vincula at second base. Want to make sure it takes a hit to score him in this one. Rolla comes set. The 2-2 pitch is just outside, and it gets by Payne again. Vincula is going to third, and there will be no throw. So 2 free 90s, and Jaron Vincula is at third base. 3-2 count for York. If you can lift one into the air, the Monarchs might have their first run of the day in the bottom of the first inning. The Bells will bring the infield in. Runs may be at a premium today with the skill level of the 2 pitchers on the mound. Rolla's 3-2 pitches just outside. Zach York draws a great walk. Down 1-2. Was able to force the walk, and that brings up Matthew Hallbach, UCSD signee, hitting .350 on the year with 6 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, 23 RBIs, and 12 walks. In a first and third situation, the Bells will have the corners in for this dangerous Monarchs hitter. Rolla's pitch is in the dirt again. Good block by E.J. Payne, keeping the runners where they are. We're going to have our first mound visit of the day. Rolla seems to be upset a little bit with the mound. Could be getting his cleats stuck, and that's why the balls are drifting a little bit low in the dirt. They're testing out the quality of the dirt on the mound. But either way, he's got to make his pitches. There's only 1 out in the inning. The meat of the Monarchs order at the plate. These next couple hitters already in a 1-0 count to Matt Hallbach. Umpire walks out to break up the mound visit. So Rolla will step back onto the mound, and we'll get play back up and running. Matt Hallbach used to be an infielder, converted to center field last season, has gotten a chance to play it a lot more this year. Like I mentioned, signed to play baseball at UCSD. The only signee thus far on the Monarchs roster. There's a lot of talented kids on this Monarch team, and they can all hit the ball. Down the lineup, only 2 people not hitting .300. That's how dominant the Monarchs have been on the offensive side of the ball this year. Rolla's 1-0 pitch is a called strike on a low fastball. It's a 1-1 count. Still a good answer pitch for Dom Rolla. And Hallbach steps back in 1-1. Trying to get his job done, got a run in. And he takes a great take. A low curveball. It's a hard pitch to take, especially when it comes floating in there so slowly. York at first, Vincula at second. The pitch is low again. 3-1. They do have an open base. The amount we wanted to get to Antonio Cabrera, number 2, in the 5 spot. limiting the damage that Matt Hallbach can do. The 3-1 pitch is a high fastball, taken for a ball. So 3 walks in the inning, and the Monarchs have loaded the bases for their 5-hitter, Antonio Cabrera. 1 out in the inning. And Rolla has a tough task ahead of him. A fly ball will most likely score Advincula, and could even move York and Hallbach over as well. Cabrera just looking to get his job done. No strikeouts, no double plays. Put the ball in play, get a run home. He takes inside. After the first 2 pitches of the game, Rolla's really lost control of the strike zone. The 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike on the outside. The Bells might be looking to get a reliever up and ready. Already in this game, Warren Cook, number 34, heads to the dugout to talk to the coach. As of now, we've got a 1-1 count to Antonio Cabrera. His pitch, it's a high curveball. Might have mixed up his catcher there, E.J. Payne. Looked like he was expecting the fastball. So Payne goes out. Second mound visit of the day. This first inning already, but Payne, he heads back behind the plate. Rolla has a big job ahead of him, and he's behind in the count to Antonio Cabrera. It's 2-1. He deals, and the pitch is grounded to first base, and they're coming home. And they've got Advincula at first base. It was bobbled, and yet they still got the out at home plate. Should have been running on first contact. The base is loaded on the ground. He's just not able to get home. Might have jammed his foot into the plate. But Rolla gets the ground ball he needed. It was a good play by Diego Garcia not to panic. After the bobble, he still gets home with it. I really did not think he was going to have a chance at Advincula, who runs well, but that brings up Harry Rodhouse, second baseman, who takes a fastball for strike 1. Rodhouse hitting .362, 21 hits, 5 doubles, 14 RBIs, and 8 walks on the season. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Blew it by him. And the Monarchs got a chance of not scoring anyone after having bases loaded and 1 out in this first inning. Rodhouse digs in. He's standing in the front of the box. Rolla comes set. His 0-2 pitch is a fastball too high. E.J. Payne keeps in front of him. It'd be huge for Rolla if he can answer here, not allow any runs in this inning. Rodhouse choking up a lot with 2 strikes and takes a low and inside fastball. So far, it seems like Rolla's only a 2-pitch guy. He's got the fastball, he's got the curveball. We'll see if he maybe introduces a changeup, second time through the lineup. We'll see what he's got going today. Infield's playing back, and Rodhouse strikes out swinging. Dom Rolla answers after loading the bases and gets a ground out and a strikeout. No runs allowed in the inning. 3 runners left on base after 3 walks by Dom Rolla. So Anthony Sanguinetti will head back out there. We will have 4, 5, 6 in the Bellarmine Bells lineup when we return here on AMHS Live. The Bells cleanup hitter Diego Garcia up to the plate. First baseman, hitting .282 this year. Sanguinetti's pitch is blooped. Harry Rodhouse has got it at second base. Smith's throwing the run, and he's got him at first base. What a throw, what a play by Harry Rodhouse. I did not think he had a chance at that. Diego Garcia runs pretty well. It was on a bloop right up the middle of the field. Rodhouse even had to charge it, and he's able to make a really hard throw on the run from second base. Zach York with the stretch, and they get him out of first base, bringing up number 8, Ryan Donahue, hitting .156 on the year with 5 RBIs. He swings to the first pitch, too, and it's popped up, and it's going to go foul. 2 pitches, 2 challenge fastballs from Anthony Sanguinetti, looking to do the same thing he did in the first inning. He's going to keep challenging these Bells until they hit him around. Sanguinetti's pitch, low and outside, kept in front by Marcus de Guzman. Donahue, a really hard worker. Takes a lot of swings and, well, hasn't had a ton of success this season. Not a testament to his work ethic at the plate. Moved around a lot of positions, too, playing second base. Moved originally from being a shortstop, now playing third base for the Bells. But he's behind in the count, 1-2. Sanguinetti's pitch is lined right to Harry Rodhouse. Another great play. It's a good piece of hitting. But as they say, that's just baseball. That's a really good 2-strike swing, but Harry Rodhouse saved it before it gets to center field. And so Sanguinetti 2 quick outs. Bringing up number 22, junior Kyler Barbosa, the only Bell hitting above 300 this year. Kyler standing in the left-hand batter's box. And Sanguinetti continuing to move quickly. He kicks and deals, and his second pitch is a strike. A low fastball, framed well by Marcus de Guzman, bringing up a 1-1 count. Barbosa fouls the third pitch of the at-bat. Out of play off to the left side, the third base side. We've seen a lot of fastballs from Anthony Sanguinetti here. He's been able to keep it down. That one eked up a little bit, but in the second inning could be a good time to introduce the off-speed pitch. That looked like a change. Sanguinetti's got a great change-up. Been perfecting it for the last 3 years on the Monarchs varsity roster. And he's right back up on the mound. 2 outs. His 2-2 pitch is up and out. Out of the glove of Marcus de Guzman. We got the first full count of the day for Anthony Sanguinetti. He's been relatively good at limiting the contact today. He's been challenging this Bellarmine Bells roster. The full count pitch, fouled, out of play. So we've got a mini battle emerging between Kyler Barbosa and Anthony Sanguinetti. Number 9, Gabe Shannon on deck. 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Sanguinetti winds, kicks and deals, and another foul ball. So Sanguinetti was working pretty quickly. Got through the first inning, not a ton of pitches. Second inning, got the first 2 outs quickly, and Barbosa's running up the pitch count a little bit. So at least it'll be a productive out in that sense, if he's not managing to get on base here. The 3-2 pitch is fouled again. Sanguinetti doesn't want to throw anything other than the fastball, and Barbosa doesn't want to do anything else but foul him off. Could be a big momentum shifting battle here for either side. Another 3-2. Pitch is flied into left, and that's going to get down. Oh, it's caught by Dom Giuffre. Really looked like it was going to get down. Another great piece of hitting, a good 3-2 swing, but Dom Giuffre is able to run under it and make the catch. So another inning, the Bells go down 1-2-3, and Dom Rolla will come back out onto the mound. We will be back with the bottom half of the second inning. In the bottom half of the second inning, the Monarchs will start it off with number 15, Chris Stivoletti. Stivoletti in right field today, hitting .354 on the year, 65 at-bats, 23 hits, 6 doubles, 19 RBIs, and 3 walks. Stepping in against Dom Rolla, who was able to get out of a jam in the first inning. Stivoletti starts by popping it up foul, and it's going to drop. In baseball, they call that giving you a second life. Should have been caught, but falls in the middle of 3 defenders. Just straight vertical behind the first base, and that's a tough one to bring in. You can't quite blame him. But it falls foul for strike 1. Ryan Donahue came up in the first inning. Chris Stivoletti's up now. They're actually both members of a 12U Little League team that almost made it to the Little League World Series. Made it all the way to the Western Regional game, and Stivoletti's hit with a curveball on the inside. He'll get first base, another free 90 awarded by the Bellarmine Bells, but that team that they were on included other WCAL rivals, Griffin Allen from Valley Christian, Johnny Tarantino from St. Francis. They were able to make it all the way to the Western Conference, or the Western Regionals. Couldn't quite get enough to get to Williamsport, but buddies no less, and their opposing players today, across with other WCAL rivals. But after the ball one, Marcus de Guzman up at the plate, today's catcher. Hitting .222 on the year, 10 hits, 7 RBIs, and 9 walks, and he bunts. But he just doesn't get it fair. It's a good idea. The Monarchs love to bunt, but he just can't keep it fair. So we got a 1-1 count. Looks over to get his sign from Coach Yockey with Chris Stivoletti on first base, and Elijah Ramos, a sophomore transfer, on deck. Rolla looks in. De Guzman bunts fair. It's a good bunt, but the Bells handle it nicely. Another good defensive play by Diego Garcia. Flips it over to number 6. Jack Scadina playing second base today, but a successful sacrifice for Marcus de Guzman, getting Chris Stivoletti into scoring position. You can get yourself a lot of opportunities with runners in scoring position. Normally, good things are going to happen. The Monarchs have had that in both innings so far. Mentioned before, Elijah Ramos is up, hitting .276 on the year. We're going to get a pickup attempt, but Stivoletti slides back in safe at second base. Ramos has 8 hits, 3 RBIs, and 4 walks. Playing third base. But if he's on the field as a sophomore, that means he's pretty good. He takes ball 1 up and outside. Ramos is especially good defensively at third base, but like I said, with .276 average, he's holding his own at the plate. Batting 9th today, which means that Vincula is on deck, but Ramos with a chance to drive in a run. He takes outside again. Rolla might be trying to work with his free base he's got. Put the double play in order. We got a 2-0 count. Rolla sets. His pitch is taken for a strike. On the outside corner, attack fastball. Well, Ramos was in take mode. 1 out in the inning. Score still ties 0-0. Have yet to have a hit in this game. Ramos pops it up foul. We'll have a 2-2 count. Rolla's got the curveball, and when he's confident with it, it's proven to be a very good pitch. Hit Stivoletti with it earlier in the inning. We'll see if he's a little scared to come back to it here in a 2-strike count to Ramos. He kicks and deals, and it's a high fastball taken by Ramos, setting up the full count. Like I mentioned, Rolla does not have to pitch. Does not have to pitch to Elijah Ramos with the free base open, but he might rather face him than Jaron Advincula, sitting .443 on the year. And his pitch is taken for a ball, the 4th walk of the day. And the Monarchs, in the second inning, already at the top of their lineup back for their second trip through. So a hit by pitch to Stivoletti. De Guzman bunts him over, and then a walk The Monarchs are back in business with runners on first and second, and their sophomore lead-up hitter up to bat. Rolla comes set, checks the runners. His pitch is lined to left. Will it get down? No, it is caught in left field, and Stivoletti is almost doubled up. It was a great play by Austin Turkington in left field, came in to grab the sinking line drive, and he almost, with a good throw, would have had Chris Stivoletti at second base, but good contact for Jaron Avicula, just can't get it to fall. Ball hanging up a little bit today. But Dom Giuffre, who struck out in the first inning, gets his second attempt at hitting Dom Rolla. Dom on Dom action for the second time. First pitch of the at-bat is taken for a strike. A great curveball on the inside part of the plate. You got to imagine Giuffre not looking for a curveball to start off his second at-bat, but we might see that curveball introduced more often now through the second time through the lineup. Roll throws a high fastball and is taken by Dom Giuffre, the left fielder in today's matchup. Rolla sets, checks the runners, and his pitch is fouled. Another curveball. Giuffre able to fight it off. Foul down the right field line. And so we'll do it again. We've got a 1-2 count. Zach York on deck with runners on first and second. Stivoletti runs pretty well at second base, so single could score a run, our first run of the day. But Giuffre goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the day. The second time Rolla has struck him out, and even though he's gotten in trouble in both innings, no runs, no hits for the Monarchs. It is still a 0-0 game. We'll be back for the top of the third inning. Gabe Shannon will lead it off for the Bells here in the top of the third inning. Still no hits left in this game. Sanguinetti, fastball just misses outside. Try to get the outside corner. Gabe Shannon hitting 143 on the year with 3 RBIs. And he takes a called strike to make it a 1-1 count. Like I mentioned, the Bells have not been hitting the ball terribly well this year, but they're a much better hitting team than their stats would suggest. They just need to get it going. Hopefully this series, they can unlock some of that potential that they have. Sanguinetti starts his windup. The 1-2 pitch is taken high. Little chin music. Shannon able to get out of the way. Junior catcher EJ Payne on deck. The 1-2 pitch, 2-2 pitch is flied out to right field. Stivoletti camped under it, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. It was a curveball or slider from Anthony Sanguinetti. Now that we're in the third inning, we might be able to see that off-speed introduced a little bit more. EJ Payne steps in, hitting .211 on the year with 4 RBIs. And he takes high and outside. Sanguinetti continues to move quickly. He's got his sign before Payne's even in the box. He winds up, and his pitch misses just a little bit low, bouncing off the plate over the head of de Guzman. This Monarch team talks a lot defensively. One of the staples of the program, communication, liveliness. I talked with Anthony Sanguinetti earlier in the week, and he said they've just had a combination of winning and fun, and that's all you can ask for. And his pitch is lined but caught at third base by Elijah Ramos on the diving play. Some great pieces of hitting so far by the Bells, but just not falling. What a great play by the sophomore transfer, number 21, Elijah Ramos. That ball was tattooed, but right into the glove of Ramos, and just like that, there's 2 outs in the inning. Some loud contact, but no hits. Sanguinetti's pitch. It's grounded to Jaron Advincula, but it's beat out. That's number 11, Nick Sortino, the senior. Ground ball gets past Ramos on the dive this time, and the Bells have their first hit of the evening. And their first base runner of the day, Nick Sortino, on first base. Sortino takes his lead, Sanguinetti first time in the stretch today. Number 33, Chase Knight, the leadoff hitter. Back up the second time through this Bell order, takes a ball low and outside. Sanguinetti gets his sign and picks over. Not quick enough to get Sortino. Pickoff attempt again. Gets Sortino to dive back. You know, even if you're not going to get him, it's good to get a little bit of dirt all over his chest to make him dive back. Now it's time to focus in on the hitter, Chase Knight. Number 33 stands in. The pitch, Sortino fakes going. Sanguinetti's pitch is a strike. Fastball on the outside corner. Sortino's a threat to run. And we'll see if they move him with 2 strikes to try and get a runner in scoring position for Chase Knight. Runner goes. De Guzman's throw is on the money, but it's just in the dirt. Advincula could not get there in time. Throw is almost too quick, and it ekes into center field. Sortino, a successful stolen base. So Bell has their first runner in scoring position of the day, and a 2-1 count to their leadoff hitter. Knight grounded out in the first inning. Sanguinetti would love to get another one of those. His pitch is grounded up the middle to Jaron Advincula. His throw is in time to get Chase Knight. And the Bells leave. Sortino stranded on second base, and Sanguinetti gets out of a mini jam. We will go to the bottom of the third inning. The Bells have their first hit. The Monarchs will come up looking for theirs. It is 0-0 here on AMHS Live. First baseman Zach York will lead it off for the Monarchs. Dom Rollo's third inning of pitching. Starts it off. Low and outside for ball one. In the first inning, Zach York drew a walk, the second walk of the first inning. You know he's itching to swing the bat, put the ball in play. But he takes a low fastball. Umpire's happy. E.J. Payne saved his life. That ball bounced in front of home plate. But Payne keeps it in front of him. It's 2-0, so York is in the driver's seat. The pitch from Rolla is low again, bounces in front of home plate. So quick 3-0 count to Zach York. You know, walking isn't the most fun thing, but it does help the team. Expect to see a take here from Zach York in a 3-0 count to lead off the inning. Shows bunt, but Rolla's fastball is called a strike. High and outside fastball clips the zone. We got a 3-1 count. York swings and is just a little bit early. That might have been the changeup. And Rolla's bounced back in the count, making it 3-2. Matt Halbach on deck, who also walked in the first inning. The 3-2 pitch is low. And Zach York has his second walk of the day. That makes it 23 walks on the season for Zach York, easily leading the team. It's hard to keep the bat on the shoulder sometimes, but it's helping the team out. He leads off the inning with a walk, and he's at first base for Matt Halbach. The 0-0 pitch is taken low again. Rolla just not able to find the zone, missing low a lot to start off this third inning. The 1-0 pitch, a healthy swing, gets past the bat of Matt Halbach. Low and outside fastball. He was hunting fastball, wanted to swing the bat, just missed it. So the count is 1-1. Rolla checks York and throws a curveball down and inside, kept in front by Payne, making it a 2-1 count. I mentioned Halbach walked in the first inning. And Antonio Cabrera on deck hit into a fielder's choice. I'm sure he'd love to be redeemed with the runner in scoring position, get another opportunity. Rolla paints the outside corner for strike 2. Now we've got a 2-2 count. Halbach digs in. Rolla kicks and throws. The pitch is lined to left field for a base hit, the Monarchs' first hit of the day, and they are in business again in the third inning. A walk and a single, and the Monarchs have runners on first and second for number 2, DH Antonio Cabrera. Don't be surprised to see a bunt sign given here by Coach Yockey. It's a big tool of the Monarch program. The sacrifice bunt, we saw one earlier by Marcus de Guzman. Cabrera squares, he gets it down. AC got a chance to beat it out. The throw is high and it gets away. Zach York will come home to score, and Halbach will make his way to third base. And the Monarchs take the lead in this one, 1-0 off the error. That's a tough bunt, especially for a left-handed pitcher. Should have let his third baseman Ryan Donahue take it, but Harry Rodhouse steps in now. No outs with the runner on third and first. It was a good bunt by Cabrera, but the error allowed the run to score. Rodhouse squares around the bunt and can't get it down. So an 0-1 count. Early in the game, Rodhouse struck out to end the first inning with bases loaded. Like Cabrera, he's got a chance to redeem himself here with the runner in scoring position with Halbach at third. Rolla sets, he checks Cabrera. The pitch is fouled back. Now it scared me right above my head. I don't know what Harry's trying to tell me. But just like that, Rolla ahead in the count, 0-2. It's a good time to get the runner moving. Cabrera from first base could expect an off-speed pitch. The best ones to try and steal against. Rodhouse choking up with 2 strikes. The pitch is low, but kept in front by Payne. Good block with a runner on third base. Coach Yaki lets Cabrera know the pitch is in the dirt. He could be aggressive. If you can read dirt, you can go. It'll be really hard for the catcher to get you at second base. Rola's 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. And Cabrera goes to second base, and he is out. He was safe initially, but he comes off the base. So an interesting double play in a sense. With a drop third strike, Cabrera went. He read dirt like he was told to, but a good throw by E.J. Payne gets him at second base, and Chris Stivoletti will step up to the plate. Stivoletti was hit by a pitch in the second inning. He's got a chance to drive in the Monarchs' second run of the day with Hall back at third base. He gets a high fastball and he fouls it to the net. Rola's gotten into a jam in almost every inning, but he's done a good job of getting out of it. He'd love to limit the damage here, only allowing 1 run and letting his offense go back to work against Anthony Sanguinetti in the 4th. Throws a curveball taken down the middle. It's a good pitch to take, 0-1. But now it puts Rolla in the driver's seat. 0-2, 2 outs. His pitch is a called strike 3 at the bottom of the zone. And he strikes out Stivoletti, and he limits the damage. The Monarchs only get the 1 run by Zach York, but they have the lead for the first time today. Both teams with 1 hit, but the Monarchs up 1-0. And the heart of the Bellarmine order coming up to bat. We will see you in the 4th inning. As Sanguinetti stands in the windup for the 4th inning. Jack Scadina comes up to the plate, struck out in the 1st inning, and he gets an early high fastball taken for a ball. Scadina hitting 162 on the year with 2 RBIs. Takes a fastball, might have been a changeup, outside for ball 2. So Sanguinetti behind in the count, kicks and deals, and his fastball is fouled back to the screen. Scadina took a healthy cut, just on it, fouled straight back for strike 1. Sanguinetti pitching with a 1-0 lead, but he hits Scadina, and the Bells start off the inning with a base runner, and a fast one at that. They ran on Marcus de Guzman before. Might look to steal again. They have 58 stolen bases, now 59 on the year, if you factor in this game. Sanguinetti pitching with a runner on first in the stretch again. And he pops up. Number 7, Austin Turkington, just foul. So he's ahead in the count, 0-1. In the 1st inning, Turkington grounded out And a 2-pitch at bat. Sanguinetti picks over. Wants to keep Skadina at first base, keep the double play in order with no outs in the inning. Turkington, one of the better hitters, maybe even the best hitter on this Bellarmine Bells team. And the slider misses, low and outside for Anthony Sanguinetti. A 1-1 count. It's a good count to steal for Jack Skadina. Don't be surprised to see a pick over. Sanguinetti comes set and he throws over in the dirt, but scooped out by Zach York. Like I said, he wants to keep the double play in order. If he can roll over a ground ball by Turkington, they can turn to have a little bit of a safer inning. He gets a pop-up. Zach York running for it, and he's got a chance to double up. Jack Skadina, I don't know what he was doing on the pop-up, kept running to second base. You got to wonder if he didn't see it in the air, but he's not able to get back. And a pop-up turns into a double play for the Monarchs. And Sanguinetti can go back into the windup with 2 outs in the inning. Diego Garcia comes up, and he takes a slider low and outside for a strike. Small miscues like that or lose you baseball games. Getting doubled up on a pop-up and free 90s. It all adds up. Sanguinetti's second pitch, a low fastball, is called a strike. And so, after hitting Skadina, he's gotten 2 outs and he's ahead 0-2 to Diego Garcia. Can play around with what he wants. And a slider low and outside strikes him out swinging. Sanguinetti threw 4 innings of 1-hit baseball, no runs allowed, no runners left on base in the inning. And the Monarchs will come up to bat in the bottom of the 4th. With Dom Rolla still on the mound, we will be back here on AMHS Live. Marcus de Guzman, the Monarch catcher, steps in to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. De Guzman sacrifice bunted in the 2nd inning to move over Chris Stivoletti. But he's leading off the inning here. He takes a strike, an outside fastball for strike 1 from Rolla. Both pitchers have been pretty good today, limiting the damage and getting out of some jams when needed. Second pitch of the at-bat is fouled, up and out of play, off the netting by Marcus de Guzman. De Guzman, one of the leaders on this team, commanding the pitching staff at the catcher position. And he stands in with Rolla ahead in the count, 0-2. Curveball is just high. Good take by de Guzman. Hung just a little bit too high for Rolla, but still the count 1-2 with Elijah Ramos still on deck, the 9-hitter for this Monarch squad. De Guzman lines one into the gap, and it's going to fall. He's got a single. Good piece of hitting into the right center field gap, and it drops for a leadoff single. If I'm not mistaken, the Monarchs have started every inning with a base runner. And the leadoff hitter is on deck in Jaron Advincula. We'll see what Elijah Ramos can do here. Squares to bunt, and the pitch is low, but blocked by E.J. Payne. Elijah Ramos drew a walk in the second inning out of the sacrifice bunt by Marcus. And he steps in here looking to move over to Guzman for the start of the Monarchs lineup. And he takes a pitch. It was a good pitch, but he's able to bring the bat back. And it's a 2-0 count. We'll see if the bunt sign is still on here. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Ramos squares around, and he takes low, and de Guzman's off. The ball squirted past E.J. Payne, and de Guzman steals second base. Now Ramos' job is to get de Guzman over to third base. In a 3-0 count, he doesn't need to swing. Rolla might try and look to pitch around him here with 3 balls already in the count and an open base, and that's exactly what he does. Ramos walks for the second time today. A lot of walks for Dom Rolla today. He came into this game with 27 walks and 30 innings pitched, and he's only added to that total this year. But Jaron Advincula comes up to bat for his third at-bat of the day. He's got a walk and a flyout on the day, and we're going to get a mound visit. Might see a call to the bullpen by the Bellarmine Bells. This seems like a good time to talk about the way these two rosters are constructed. Mitty, a very small roster, smaller than anyone they've played this season, but they've gotten solid contributions from up and down the lineup. Like I mentioned, only 2 players not hitting 300 or better in the starting lineup, those being Marcus de Guzman hitting 222 and Elijah Ramos hitting 276. They've got a very good pitching staff, and they're getting contributions from a lot of young players. Sophomore Jaron Advincula, sophomore Elijah Ramos, and freshman pitcher Luca Pintar, who we might see later today. But the Monarchs a small roster, and the Bellarmine Bells with a large roster, ever-changing lineup, changes almost every day. A lot of guys getting opportunities to play, creates a lot of competition. So it's interesting to see the way that these rosters are constructed and the different ways that they operate for the 2 managers. Advincula stands in. The 1-0 pitch, or the 0-0 pitch, he squares around to bunt, and he takes a ball low and outside. I think we're going to get a call to the bullpen here after a first pitch ball for Dom Rolla. He hands the ball over to his coach, Nate Sutton, and we'll see who comes in from the pen. We're going to be Warren Cook, the right-handed pitcher. We'll step away as he takes his warm-up pitches here on AMHS Live. Warren Cook comes in with runners on first and second and no outs. He's thrown 10 and 2/3 innings this year and a 3.28 ERA, one of the consistent arms out of the Bellarmine pen. But he's inheriting a tough situation with the leadoff hitter, Jared Vincula, at the plate. And his first pitch is a fastball down the middle for strike one, a 1-1 count. Because the ball thrown by Dom Rolla. But Cook looking to salvage this inning and allow no one to reach base. Vincula bunts it foul. A late square, and he just can't get it down fair. He's behind the count 1-2. Can't afford to walk in the situations, going right after Vincula, who's walked and flied out today in his first 2 at-bats in the first 2 innings. Cook comes set, staring down Marcus de Guzman, and his pitch is swung on and missed by Jared Vincula. He strikes out on the high and outside fastball, and that brings Dom Giuffre to the plate, looking to avoid the hat trick. Struck out in his first 2 at-bats. It's a good opportunity for him to come up and hit with runners on first and second. De Guzman runs pretty well, so a single could score him. Looking to avoid a strikeout or a double play ground ball at worst. Move the runners over with fly ball. Giuffre takes high and inside. He's got the elbow protector, so he'll be safe, but trying to get that face out of the way of the pitch. Cook throwing harder than Dom Rolla. And righty on righty here. De Guzman caught leaning, but the pickoff throw is not in the right spot, and De Guzman can slide back in safely. Giuffre ahead in the count, 1-0. Cook fakes the pickoff move again, and De Guzman scampers back. Cook kicks and deals, and his pitch is popped up. Out of play. Almost onto the roof. The classroom's behind us, but able to be retrieved. The count is even at 1-1. Monarchs want some more runs. They've had some good opportunities so far in this game. Giuffre swings and lines one back up the middle. De Guzman was stepping back towards second base, so he'll be held at third. But a solid piece of contact. That ball was ripped up the middle. So Zach York will bat with the bases loaded. Giuffre got a fastball in the zone, turned on it, and roped it back up the middle. The Monarchs are threatening once again their 4th hit of the evening, and Zach York, who has walked in his first 2 at-bats, can look to swing the bat here. Cook's got to attack him. And he throws a curveball in the inner part of the plate for strike one. Zach York hitting .328 on the year with 19 hits, 3 doubles, 1 home run, and 14 RBIs. Hoping to add to that RBI total, bring in a couple runs here. The curveball is roped foul down the first base line. Just foul. That ball was crushed. Could have cleared the bases with that one, with Giuffre running from first base. But instead, he's behind in the count 0-2 to Warren Cook. He's gotten 2 curveballs. He takes a high and outside fastball. I was just going to say, after 2 curveballs, raise the sights of the hitter with the fastball. Don't be surprised to see a low curveball here. Curveball misses. High and outside. And York has worked himself back into the count. It's now 2-2. There's 1 out in the inning. With Matt Hallbach on deck, York trying to bring in some runners. He takes a high fastball. 0-2 to 3-2. If you're going to say anything about Zach York, talk about his ability to work the count. 2 walks, and now in a 3-2 situation, leading this team in walks by a large margin. Obviously got a very good control of the strike zone. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen off E.J. Payne's glove. He got a challenge fastball. He just missed it. We got bases loaded. Marcus de Guzman on third base. Elijah Ramos at first. And Zach York draws his third walk of the day, and this time he gets an RBI for it. The Monarchs lead 2-0 after a bases loaded walk allowed by Warren Cook. And they've still got a chance this inning to make some real damage happen with their best hitter, Matt Halbach, at the plate and Warren Cook on the mound. Inherited a tough situation, but he's got to make some outs happen. Halbach takes a changeup low and inside. Elijah Ramos on third, Dom Giuffre at second base, and Zach York at first with Antonio Cabrera, the DH, on deck. Cook steps off, and he gets back on. He started Halbach with the changeup. Halbach destroys fastballs. He gets one here, but it's low and outside, 4-2. You do not want to be behind in the count with bases loaded and a hitter of this caliber up. It's still a close game. If Cook can salvage it, the Bells still have a chance on offense. But he misses the zone again. And we'll see if Halbach's got the green light on 3-0. Got to find the zone. Bases loaded walks will lose you baseball games. Cook sets, and he throws, and the pitch is inside. Halbach will take the base on balls, and the Monarchs lead 3-0 as Elijah Ramos touches home plate, and Antonio Cabrera will come up to the plate. E.J. Payne talking to Warren Cook. If you're going to lose, you'd almost rather it happen by them hitting the ball. Too many walks today by the Bells. Monarchs only have 4 hits, but 3 runs, and they are threatening to score much more in this inning. 1 out, and the bases still loaded. Fly ball will score a run with Dom Giuffre, who runs well at third base. Cabrera stands in, and the 0-0 pitch is high. In the first inning, Cabrera grounded into a fielder's choice with the bases loaded, and now he's got another bases loaded opportunity, looking to drive in some runs. He takes an outside fastball for a strike. A definite take situation after 5 straight balls from Cook. Now Cabrera can dig into the box, be ready to swing the wood. Cook's pitch misses low and inside. It's a good pitch, missed his spot. And now Cabrera in a 2-1 count. The outfield playing straight up, not playing super deep. Cabrera lines it into the gap. That'll score 2. And Halbach is rounding second, headed to third. And the throw gets away, he's going home. Donahue with the throw home, and he is safe. And the Monarchs lead 5-0 after a bases clearing double, or single, from Antonio Cabrera. Halbach tested the left fielder. The throw was just off. An aggressive base running home. The Monarchs are able to score 3. And that brings to the plate Harry Rodhouse. Rodhouse struck out to end the first inning. And he takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Great piece of hitting from Antonio Cabrera in his last at-bat. Just got it over the head of the shortstop, Chase Knight. Cook throws, and the curveball misses low. Still only 1 out in the inning. Rodhouse up and Stivoletti on deck. Cook comes set. His 1-1 pitch. Misses in the dirt. Good block by E.J. Payne. Keeps Antonio Cabrera AC at second base. Two and one count with one out and a runner on second. The fastball catches the top outside corner. Coming into this game, Rodhouse hitting .362 with 14 RBIs. A single here would most likely score Cabrera. And he fights off the inside fastball. That is a tough pitch to get the lumber on. So we'll do it again with a 2-2 count and one out. Cook sets, looks back at Cabrera. One look and throws. The curveball is rolled foul. Looked like it had a chance to be a dinky little hit down the third base line, but it takes one bounce and rolls foul. So Warren Cook looking to limit the damage. Would help by getting Harry Rodhouse out here. Rodhouse catching his breath. Gets back in the box. Choking up with 2 strikes in the front of the box. Cook comes set. And he balks. Second baseman Jack Scadina wanted to pick off. A little hesitation, a little movement from Warren Cook. Balks. Antonio Cabrera moves over to third base, and now a fly ball will bring a run home. Infield comes in, down 6-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Rodhouse strikes out swinging. Fouled, but held on by E.J. Payne. And Rodhouse with his second strikeout of the day. So Warren Cook bounces back after the balk. He's got 2 outs now, but he's got to face Chris Stivoletti. Stivoletti came into this game hitting .354, 19 RBIs on 23 hits, 6 doubles, and 3 walks. On the off-speed, misses down low in the dirt. So to start contrast in the level of pitching here today, Anthony Sanguinetti, no walks. He's been very efficient, pounding the zone, and the Bellarmine pitchers have struggled finding the zone. There's ball 2 on a high fastball. And it just shows you, if you pound the zone and you force the other team to hit the ball, good things normally happen. But if you walk, runs can come home. Grounded to third base. Donahue with the long throw. He's able to get Stivoletti out at first base. But not before the Mitty Monarchs score 5 runs in the bottom of the fourth. And the Bellarmine Bells will come back out to hit in the top of the fifth. Anthony Sanguinetti still on the mound. The Monarchs with a 6-0 lead. We'll be back in the top of the 5th inning. Ryan Donahue will lead off the inning for the Bells. He lined out in the second. And he swings and foul tips it back into the glove of Marcus de Guzman. Had a good piece of hitting last time. Put a charge into a ball, but it was caught by Harry Rodhouse. Sanguinetti works quickly. As Donahue takes inside for ball one. The 1-1 pitch misses low and outside. And moving quickly like this, it really helps your defense. The innings last a lot less. The defense is able to stay on their toes. If you throw strikes and move quickly, the team will be happy behind you as Donahue flies out to Chris Stivoletti in right field. But the staple of Anthony Sanguinetti's game, moving quickly and throwing strikes, it's working today. Solid defense behind him as well, limiting the walks, pounding the zone, moving quickly, not keeping his defense out there for too long, limiting the long innings. And it's been successful so far. This 0-0 pitch misses outside to number 22, Kyler Bacosa. Like I mentioned before, only Bell hitting above 300. He flew out in the second, and he's in the driver's seat after 2 balls and a 2-0 count. Hitting lefty, Sanguinetti starts his windup. He kicks and deals and misses outside again. So 3-0. I talk about him limiting the walks, pounding the zone, and it's a 3-0 count. He's got to come in to Bacosa. Fastball catches the inside part of the zone. It's 3-1. And as much as I talk about him moving quickly and it being nice, it's really limiting the amount of time I have to talk in between pitches. The 3-1 pitch is flied into left field, but Giuffre is camped under it and he makes the catch. So good bounce back after falling behind. 3-0. Sanguinetti gets the second out. Earlier this season, and Sanguinetti's best outing of the year, he threw a complete game shutout against these very Bellarmine Bells. And so far today, he's been pitching well against them. His 2-out pitch slider misses low and outside. Pitching coach Jeremy Avincula told me he's the leader of this pitching staff. He's the leader of this program. He's a very good role model and example for the young members on this team, and he exhibits a lot of what the Monarchs look for in a pitcher, being here for 3 years, a seasoned veteran, and a soft line drive is caught by Harry Rodhouse. 3 up, 3 down for the Bells, and the Monarchs will come to hit in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is a 6-0 game with the Monarchs leading. We will see who comes out to throw for the Bells. Sanguinetti been great so far, and it looks like the Bells are going to send out number 2, Roman Gamblin, to throw in the bottom of the 5th. Well, we will be back as he throws with the Monarchs up 6-0 here on AMHS Live. Marcus de Guzman set to lead off the bottom of the 5th for the Monarchs against a new pitcher, Roman Gamblin. 10 innings pitched this year, to a tune of a 4.2 ERA. His first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Gamblin, one of the many arms that Bell has brought in this year, but a 4.2 ERA. That is a good number. His second pitch of the day misses low and outside. The count is 1-1. Gamblin throws a slider. Fouled to the right side by Marcus de Guzman, and he finds himself in a 1-2 count. Gamblin's 1-2 pitch, off speed, misses high to Marcus de Guzman. And the count is even at 2-2. Monarchs have 5 hits on the day, but they'll never be content with 6 runs. Got 2 more innings to try and make something happen. Trying to get insurance runs for Anthony Sanguinetti, who's been pitching very well against this Bellarmine lineup today. Gamblin starts his windup, kicks and throws. De Guzman fights it off, but right to Jack Scadina at second base, and he throws out De Guzman. And it seems like maybe the first inning today that the Monarchs have not gotten their leadoff hitter aboard. The Bells trying to keep this a 6-run game, not let it get too out of hand, and give them a chance to come back. Down 6-0. With Ramos up to bat. Gamblin starts off the AB with a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. And he backs it up with another one. Painting right now on the outside corner, and Ramos is quickly down 0-2. A quick inning would be super valuable for the Bells. Slider misses outside. Gamblin's kicking himself. Count still 1-2. It seems like every inning the Monarchs have threatened to score 1 or more runs. It's been a long time for the defense, but Gamblin strikes out Ramos on a high and outside fastball, and it's a quick 2 outs. Bells want to get back in the dugout, get a chance to go back out there and hit again, not give Anthony Sanguinetti too much time to rest. But to do that, they got to get out leadoff hitter Jaron Advincula. Advincula takes the curveball low for ball 1. Advincula's had a good day today. Unfortunately struck out in his last at-bat, looking to make up for it. But he takes a low and outside fastball for strike 1. And the count is even at 1-1. Dom Jouffre is on deck. 1 for 3 in today's game. Gamblin tries for the high and outside fastball one more time, and it misses just a little bit too high for strike 2, for ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. And 2 outs. Advincula takes the high fastball and rips it to center field for a single. The Monarchs have a 2-out base runner with Dom Jouffre coming to bat. Advincula with a lot of singles on the season, a high batting average. It's been almost a guaranteed single every other plate appearance. And he gets one there, turned on the high fastball, and roped it to center field. Similar to what Dom Jouffre did in his last at-bat. He's got a chance with 2 outs and a runner on first to hit against Roman Gamblin. Jouffre flies it to right field, but it is caught. And a quick inning for Roman Gamblin comes in and gets 3 outs. No runs across for the Monarchs on 1 hit. No walks, no errors for the Bellarmine Bells, and 1 runner left on base. Anthony Sanguinetti back out there for the 6th inning he's been dealing so far. We will see in the 6th inning if the Bells can get anything going on offense. We will be back as they bring out their order to face Anthony Sanguinetti here on AMHS Live. Sanguinetti gets a swing and a miss on the first pitch of the 6th inning. This is Diego Enriquez batting now for the Bells. The 0-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen. Seems like the Bells are bringing in some of their bench to get some at-bats, maybe provide a spark for their offense here in the 6th inning. Enriquez behind in the count, 0-2. Sanguinetti throws and strikes out Enriquez on 3 pitches. A low and outside slider kept it down. And he gets a K to start the 6th. Now we've got number 20, Enzo Master de Casa, a recent call-up for the Bells. He takes low with the changeup. Last pitch to Enriquez, it's a 50-50 call. But Sanguinetti with a good pitch, gets it. And he throws another slider here for a strike, making the count 1-1 against Master de Casa, who comes into this game batting 100. But new with the team. Some good contact there. Fouls it off the screen above the Bellarmine dugout down the first base line. Sanguinetti still working quickly in the 6th inning. Wants to finish this game. His 1-2 pitch misses very high. And so we've got a 2-2 count. 1 out in the inning. The Bells only with 1 hit on the day. A single by Nick Sortino. Slider misses inside. We've got a full count. A walk. We'll get the job done and get the offense moving a little bit, get some base runners. But Master de Casa singles to left field. In the back pick attempt, they almost get Enzo Master de Casa on the back pick. It's a solid single by Enzo Master de Casa to left field, and the Monarchs tried to back pick, and they almost got him, and their go jockey's coming out. And they might try and argue this call. They think they got him. It was hard to see. Thought they might have had a chance back picking him there, but umpire stands strong in his opinion. And the Monarchs go back to their positions. But Sanguinetti's been challenging them with pitches in the zone all day. Only 1 hit or 2 hits now. Thus far, been a successful day. And another pinch hitter for the Bells. Number 23, Nolan Kim, hitting 192 on the year with 1 RBI. And he stands in for his first at-bat of the day against Anthony Sanguinetti. 1 out in the inning. And another pinch hitter on deck. Kim swings and misses at the changeup. A filthy inside changeup. Double play, help get out of the inning. Changeup trying to induce weak contact on the ground. And Kim takes low and outside, just a little bit too low. Sanguinetti gets his sign, checks the runner, kicks and deals, and the pitch is low but blocked by Marcus de Guzman, keeping Master de Casa at first base. So we've got another pinch hitter on deck, number 21, Matt DeCiccio. A liner to second base, and they double off Master de Casa at first. Good contact by Nolan Kim, but Sanguinetti gets out of the inning with the line out, and they don't get him on the back pick after the single. But they do get the double play, doubling up Master de Casa. And the Bellarmine Bells will make a call to their pen once again. It's number 22, Kyler Bacosa, outfielder and pitcher. We said he was the only Bell coming into this game hitting above 300. And now he comes into the game as a reliever in the bottom of the 6th. We will be back when the Monarchs bring up the heart of their lineup against new pitcher Kyler Bacosa. Zach York steps in against Kyler Bacosa, who's thrown 12 and a third innings this year, a 3.97 ERA. Zach York wants to swing the bat. 3 walks in today's game. Got an RBI for one of them, but he wants to put the ball in play. He's been itching to swing. This hasn't gotten the strikes thus far, but he was late on the fastball from Bacosa, and it's an 0-1 count. Bottom of the 6th, the Monarchs lead 6-0. The 0-1 pitch is high and outside. A good take by Zach York. Monarchs with six hits. The Bellarmine Bells with 2. Key difference is the amount of walks and errors. Bellarmine with 1 error, Mitty with none, and not a lot of walks today. In fact, I don't think there's been one. Unfortunately, on the Bellarmine Bells side, there's been too many to count. And that's the main reason that the Monarchs are leading 6-0 right now. After another ball and a step off, Zach York ahead in the count, 2-1, with Matt Halbach, center fielder, on deck. The 2-1 pitch is lined right back up the middle, off the glove of Bacosa. York's got to run, and he is thrown out. An absolute rope up the middle, but Bacosa is able to guard his face with his glove, and it bounces right to Jack Scadina at shortstop. And after 3 walks in that contact, you know York's got to be a little bit upset it doesn't turn into a hit, but he knows he was on that pitch. It's a little bit of unlucky, but that's just baseball. Halbach stands in, and the first pitch from Bacosa is low and outside with a slider. Monarchs have hit the ball hard up the middle all day today. A lot of their hits coming up the middle, right back where it came from. Halbach takes a strike. Fastball in the low outside corner. Ties the count. Evens it out 1-1. Bacosa's 1-1 pitch. Low and inside. Almost got the foot of Matt Halbach, who's also looking to turn on one. Quentin Pahorski on deck, pinch hitting for Antonio Cabrera, who had the 3-run double earlier. And Halbach sends one to right center. Drifting back, and it is out of here. Kiss it goodbye. A home run for Matt Halbach. Makes it a 7-0 game. A solo shot to right center. He put a charge into that one, and it is gone. Halbach's 4th homer of the year makes it a 7-0 ball game. That one was crushed. So Quentin Pahorski stands in, joined the team last year. He's been a great relief pitcher. Not a lot of batting opportunities, but we'll see what he can do here. And he takes a strike. That one thrown a little bit harder after the home run. Bacosa not happy, but the last at bat to Halbach. Pahorski is able to lay off the low and outside curveball. In 14 at-bats this year, he's hitting .286 with 4 hits, an RBI, a double. And he's a threat at the plate. Bacosa's 1-1 pitch is fouled back into the glove of E.J. Payne for strike 2. 1 out in the inning, the Monarchs leading 7-0 after the Halbach home run. And Bacosa looking to sit Pahorski down. T.J. Hayes, another pinch hitter on deck. And Pahorski takes strike 3. And E.J. Payne will throw it around the horn. Bacosa gets the strikeout. There's 2 outs in the inning, bringing T.J. Hayes up to the plate, another pinch hitter. Hitting for Harry Rodhouse. In 15 plate appearances, Hayes is only hitting .083, but he's got a chance here to up that batting average with an at-bat and a big rivalry game. Always good to get the confidence going a little bit, especially going into next year. Hayes will have to take over a bigger role as a junior this year. He'll be a senior. And he swings and misses at a curveball that bounced in front of the plate. Got to think he was sitting fastball, just couldn't read the spin. But he's behind in the count, 0-2 with 2 outs. And Bacosa, after giving it the home run, can get out of the inning with 2 outs. He kicks and deals and throws the same pitch as before, but Hayes is able to lay off the curveball, the slider this time, making it a 1-2 count. Nick Herrera, another pinch hitter, is on deck. 2 junior outfielders for the Monarchs, Hayes and Herrera. And Hayes lays off a fastball way in front of home plate. The Monarchs got 2's, a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Looking to add some insurance runs going in to the top of the 7th. We assume Sanguinetti will be sent back out there to try and complete yet another complete game shutout against the Bells. TJ Hayes hoping that doesn't come yet. But Bacosa blows a fastball by Hayes. And he sits him down swinging, but the Monarchs are leading 7-0 after the Hallbach solo shot to right center field. Anthony Sanguinetti heading back out there for the 7th inning, hoping to complete yet another complete game against these Bells. He'll be facing number 21, Matt DeCicto, number 32 for the Bells. And we'll see if they pinch hit for their 3rd batter in the inning as well. We'll stay on the air. But Sanguinetti been very efficient so far, working quickly during his warm-ups. Wants to complete this complete game. He's allowed 2 hits so far to the Bells, no walks. Been a dominant pitching performance. It's been the reason this game is moving awfully quickly. Sanguinetti winds up and throws. Misses inside. Tried to get the hit by pitch there, but the umpire said, no, you're staying here. So it's a 1-0 count. And the slider misses low and outside. It's a good take. This Bell lineup has not been able to get anything going today. Some hard contact, but just hasn't had those big hits when they needed them most. And that pitch hits DeCicto on the elbow, and he'll scamper to first base as another pinch hitter comes to the plate. Sanguinetti will be facing this Bellarmine lineup. They're trying to get everyone in there. He kicks and deals, and a fastball misses a little bit low and on the outside corner. No walks today for Sanguinetti, but he has hit 2 batters. DeCicto is a threat to steal with 12 stolen bases so far, but in a 7-run game, don't assume he will be going. Fly ball is caught by Dom Giuffre in left field for the first out of the inning. Bringing up number 19, Matt Schultz, the infielder, a junior, to the plate with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. But ground ball could end it here with a double play, but Schultz singles into left field. And the Bells have runners on first and second. Solid contact on the first pitch, but in a 7-run game, you're going to need a lot more than hit by pitch and a single. And Sanguinetti knows it. He's just attacking these hitters, trying to get these outs. Number 28, Justin Knutson, steps up to the plate, the reserve catcher for the Bells. With runners on first and second. Sanguinetti from the stretch Throws, misses low with a slider. The Monarchs have an arm warming up in the pen. Can't quite see who it is, but you got to assume they only come in a dire situation if Sanguinetti lets a couple other hitters on. This fastball misses low. Nerves are heightened in the 7th inning. Even with a 7-run lead, a chance to complete a complete game shutout. It's a little nerve-wracking, and Sanguinetti doesn't quite have the same stuff he's had for the rest of the game in this inning. His pitch is grounded, foul down the third base line, making it a 2-1 count. Ground ball, double play would end the game. But Newton's still ahead in the count, 2-1. Sanguinetti shakes off to Guzman. Gets his pitch. He slides and throws a strike on the outside corner with the fastball. The count is 2-2. Another pinch hitter on deck. It's number 18, Bryson Crema, another reserve catcher, who unfortunately tore his labrum earlier this season, but he's been playing through it. And he'll have a chance to hit after the strikeout of Justin Knutson. 2 outs. The Bellarmine Bells down to their last out. And another pinch hitter coming to the plate. The aforementioned Crema is hitting 1,000 this year with 1 hit. Unfortunately, had to take some time off due to the injury, but didn't get the surgery, and he's able to play. He fouls the first pitch off the net. We will have some interviews after the game with some of your favorite Monarch hitters. So stay tuned after the game for exclusive interviews with some of the players from today's game. Sanguinetti kicks and deals. The runner goes, and he steals third base, making it 13 on the year. Expect maybe another stolen base from the runner at first, Schultz. The count, haven't updated it. Not quite sure whether it was a strike or a ball. The slider misses just outside. Have yet to update the scoreboard after the second pitch of the at-bat. Reads 1-1, but they are off. Sanguinetti kicks and throws. The ball, fastball misses low and outside for ball 2. Okay, so they ruled the second pitch of the at-bat a strike, making it a 2-2 count. 1 strike to end this game for the Monarchs. Sanguinetti throws, and Crema takes strike 3 called. And this game is over. A 7-0 victory for the Monarchs. A 3-hitter for Anthony Sanguinetti, completing his second CG shutout of the year against the Bellarmine Bells, and the Monarchs take game 1 of this series. Monarchs had 7 hits to the Bells 3 and win the game 7-0. Stay tuned for exclusive interviews with some players from today's game in a little bit. But the Monarchs win 7-0 behind the bats of Antonio Cabrera, Matt Hallbuck, and behind the stellar pitching performance by Anthony Sanguinetti. Like I mentioned, stay tuned for the interviews. We will be back to you with those.
Ask June to disconnect audio. Hello, 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 hello. Testing, 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. How far can the? Oh, you know what? Feed it in.
Assistant to Mr. Spielberg. Assistant to Mr. Second. Yeah. Second lead assistant to the second unit director. Hey, smile. Good job, baby.
Yeah.
I tuned in over at the field. And that's Jack Smith, young Jack Smith. The next Jim McKay.
Soon enough, he's gonna be that UFC.
The thrill of victory. The agony of defeat. The thrill
Is
of
this
human
mic on?
drama in athletics.
Hey, Matt. How's
What's
it
up,
going?
Jack? Good.
It's a good win today. Your home run to make it 7-0 was a blast out to right field. What can you tell me about what you were seeing that at bat?
I just been seeing the ball well today. I was just looking for a fastball over the plate. That's what I got, and I just stayed through it and got enough backspin to get it out the yard.
A lot of the guys today had to kind of sacrifice some at bats, either laying down a bunt or just taking the walk and being solid with moving the guys over. What does that mean for you guys, having that approach at the plate?
It just shows our team, we play for each other. Everyone's invested in the next person's at bat, and we're just setting each other up because we know that the guy after us can get them in. So, we just showed that today that we trust the people behind us, and we got the win today.
What can you tell me about Antonio Cabrera's at bat, bringing in 3 with the double? What did that do in the dugout? What did that mean to you guys?
That was huge because, until then, we got runners on, but we couldn't get them in, and AC was able to come in, break it open, and that started the runs that came after that.
And then what can you tell me finally about Anthony Sanguinetti's pitching performance today? Beautiful performance. What can you tell me about it?
Yeah, that's just the things we know, pounding the zone, getting early outs, quick innings, and because of that, he was able to go the whole game. So, that's just things we know. He's going to keep doing that.
What's your guys' outlook going into the playoffs? Last question. Playoffs starting in a couple days. What are you guys' outlook going in?
We're pretty hot right now. Just keep swinging the bats, pitchers keep dealing, and, keep it going, keep winning. I think we'll be good.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for interviewing with us. Good luck. We're going to have Marcus come up.
Goose. I think you're good.
All right, Marcus catching the whole day today and having some good at-bats. What can you tell me about what Anthony did on the mound today? Matt talked about it, but from your perspective as a catcher, how was he today?
Well, he's been pretty locked in the last couple starts. He won a CG against them last time, and he could have gone the distance against St. Francis. But, yeah, he's been locked in. All of his off-speed pitches I've been trusting. We've been working each other since the last 4 years. So he's made it easy for me to catch him this whole senior year. So it's nice to see that he's able to come forward for us because we needed that, our bullpen. So,
As a catcher, you're obviously the leader of the pitching staff. What have you been able to do? Obviously, the pitching staff's been great thus far this year. What have you been able to do behind the plate to help these guys out?
I've just been telling them, trust your defense. I think we have the greatest defense in WCAL. So I say, trust your defense. If they hit you around, then we can work from there, but we can't work from rocks. So I just say, attack strike zone, work around the corners, and trust your defense. Yeah.
And you had a lot of selfless at-bats today. How patient did you have to stay? Bellarmine walking a lot of batters. How patient did you have to stay, and how hard was it to stay back and take some of those selfless at-bats?
No, it was pretty hard. I'm not going to say I've been the best hitter lately. So trying to get those team at-bats where they're all across the bases where I can do my job. It's kind of been our thing. For the 9, we always say that because there's 9 seniors. So tonight to be able to help out my team, that's what I like to go for.
And then Tristan Fox on the mound tomorrow. He's having a great season. What can you tell us about his dominance this year?
Same thing I told Anthony, that he could just keep attacking the strike zone, keep trusting his defense. He has a lot of movement. He knows that. He's been shoving all of his starts lately. He's been giving us a chance all the game. So just keep doing what he's doing, keep moving forward, and nothing better we can ask from him.
And with the opportunity to nab the 1 seed in your guys' division, what does that mean to you as a senior to be able to land that with some of the other great teams in your division and for the rest of the team?
It's been amazing because our program, we don't have that many players up in Varsity, probably 16 players right now with a couple people hurt. So we're always on the edge trying to find players. So to be that top seed with not many players, I can't ask for any more from these guys.
Well, thank you so much. We wish you luck during the rest of the season. Go out there and kill it for the next couple games and then kill in the playoffs. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jack.
Five runs, so it makes it really easy to throw strikes, which that's what I did, I guess.
And I asked Marcus this same question, but Tristan's on the mound tomorrow. 6-0 on the year, has been dominant. What do you have to say about his season and the rest of the pitching staff, including the bullpen as well?
Tristan's obviously throwing quality strikes with his, you can't really see it from here, but his ball moves a ton. So it makes it really difficult for hitters when you throw strikes and your ball moves like that. That's recipe for success with Tristan.
And for some of our viewers watching who may want to be pitchers like you, what's your post-game routine going to be like after throwing 7 innings today?
I'm gonna ice when I get home. Actually, I'm gonna run on my treadmill first. Then I'm gonna ice, then a bath after that probably, and then good night's sleep. And then tomorrow I'll do some lunges, some sprints, and some ab work, and that clears up my arm, flushes all the lactic acid in here, and I'm good to go.
And then to finalize it, going into the playoffs, how do you feel as a pitcher yourself and as a member of this team going into the playoffs starting in a couple days?
Really confident, especially our 6-7 game win streak, what we're on right now. I feel like we can compete with anyone on any given day. And just, for me, I feel like I'm peaking at the right moment.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us. I'm sure these Bell guys don't want to face you in the playoffs after we've done them the last 2 games, but congratulations, good luck in the playoffs, and thanks for interviewing with us.
Thank you.